Matt Stone and Trey Parker, I mean, where do you rate them in terms of current writers?
They're up there.
Have you seen the Book of Mormon yet?
5 times.
5 times. Yeah. And you've obviously...
That's quite good,
I think they're fantastic.
Yeah, they're amazing because they give a shit. They really, really, really give a shit.
They care.
The meetings that I remember the most are the meetings where we didn't even get around to talking about comedy because we're all about the politics. It's like with the Face of Muhammad episode. It's just like, you know, that day began with the boss writer writing loads of abuse on the wall about the idea there'd be any kind of restriction on anything we could do, and it's like, censorship, you know. We were so angry, you know, we're not running publicity for the Taliban, what are we doing? You know, they really do care about everything they do.
Yeah.
You know, they're not sort of sitting around eating muffins going, oh, God, oh, God. You know, it's just and I've met those writers. They make terrible programs.
I need to ask you as well, the second thing, which is Brass Eye. For those who don't know, Jane deserves a special mention because she was involved in the very infamous, comically named paedophilia episode for Brass Eye.
The paedophilia episode.
Which also is still currently the most complained about show of all time in Britain. Is that correct?
Probably in the States as well, actually.
And I think that deserves a slight round of applause just to get that kind of kudos. But I mean, seriously, what did you make of the way people reacted to that? Was it something you were expecting as a team, or did it really surprise you? Tony Blair got involved, didn't he?
Well, the first thing to bear in mind is that Brass Eye is good for the same reason that South Park is good, because it's basically the mind of one man who will not be told what to do.
Sure.
You know, and Chris is brilliant like that. You know, in the way that Matt and Trey, it's like they will create this thing and they'll go out and do it, and it's their voice all the way through. But it was amazing timing because it was there was nothing was happening that summer. I mean, nobody had died. It was nothing. There was no sport. And so Brass Eye goes on. At exactly the same time, all the politicians in the world had gone on holiday. So none of them had seen it. So they all had to get furious about something they hadn't seen. I think Harriet Harman said it was appalling. She hadn't seen it. It was Harriet Harman. Gordon Brown, you know, said it was appalling. He's got one eye. He only saw half of it. You know, David Blunkett said it was appalling. David Blunkett, come on, David Blunkett, come on. You know, and I get this phone call, and this was brilliant. It was from the Mail on Sunday, and I was writing a travel column at the time, Bussman's Holiday for the Mail on Sunday, so they found my name in the computer. And they're like, oh, hi Jane, this is Sarah from the Mail. I'm like, oh, hi Sarah. Yeah, we wanted, Brass Eye. I'm like, really? Yeah. All the other journalists have been talking to us and making comments. We wondered if you'd like to make your comment because all the other journalists have made their comment. I said, oh, I'm afraid I just can't. And she went, oh, okay. Have you got their numbers? And it was like that, man. It was brilliant. It was just mental. But the thing was, it was beautiful because how could you have written a series taking the mick out of how the media handles scandal and then create a scandal that felt like an epilogue to the whole thing? It was beautiful.
And again, that's a big show that certainly critically people embraced here. South Park's so embraced in many places. Is there a show in existence, or are there particular writers around now that you really want to work with at the moment? Is there anything that is on your to-do list that you need to tick off?
I think if you walk past Chuck Lorre in a corridor, you probably become a better writer.
Yeah.
Just like that. Cassie won Amanda back. I was lucky enough to meet Karen Amanda back. I'd love to meet Warren Mitchell. He's still alive. I'd love to meet Jimmy Perry again. I met him a while back. He wrote
really?
Dad's Army. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant man. Totally all about the audience. Developed all his shows in front of audiences. Was an actor. Brilliant. Jimmy Perry. Yeah.
And there's also quite a big question that I want to ask you, just for your view on it, really. James Patterson incredibly broke into the Hollywood Rich list last year. I don't know if you saw this. It was quite rare for an author to be doing quite so well. But he's turned who he is into a huge franchise. I mean, I think he has a team of 100+ people working for him now as James Patterson.
All writing James Patterson books? Yeah. The man's a genius.
He writes the books, they kind of take care of the other stuff.
That's the writers group you want to get into.
Absolutely, yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it? But some writers have to work on their own and will have it no other way. And I just wondered, who is involved in Brand Bussman? How does this work?
Her? This is my African friend. You can tell from her pale skin. Nizola, she's very funny, properly unfiltered. And also she's very nice, so I have to try and make her laugh, but not in a nasty way.
Sure.
So that's a good thing. But she's really funny, and she's also very good at writing imbeciles, really funny imbeciles. She can just like in the new this is going to see the sitcom if you're still talking to me. And there's a character in it called Bruce, and he just starts going, "What are you doing, Bruce?" He goes, "Oh, it's this T-shirt. It's just so incredibly soft." And that's where her head's at. So it's brilliant, completely brilliant.
So it's a relatively small team, but you show material and you band it around.
What we've got now is we're expanding it. We've got a really good team. We've got fantastic production coordinator called Lizzie, who's got the left brain, and she can do the thinking that we can't do, so don't mess up. We got a brilliant first editor. You want to get a team around you and just keep it, like Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. You will make better stuff if you're in a friendly situation, ideally not open plan. Open plan is the enemy of comedy.
Sorry, we do have to now say goodbye to the TV audience at home. So thank you for joining us.
1 month.
Jane Bussman, round of applause.
Thank you.